Goodwill message to the African Regional Webinar on combating corruption and illicit financial flows from Africa. New measures and new strategies in celebration of the 20th anniversary of the ICPC. My name is Kwesi Quartey. I'm the Deputy Chairperson of the African Union. Your Excellencies, Honorable Ministers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters from Africa, fellow Africans, on behalf of the Chair of our Union, Dr. Matamela Cyril Ramaphosa, and on behalf of the Chair of the Commission, Dr. Musa Faki Mahamat, I must express my pleasure and privilege in being part of this meeting. This is a crucial, indeed a very important meeting. While the current global landscape, particularly the COVID-19 pandemic, has led to the postponement and cancellation of many planned conferences, we are delighted that this regional conference can take place, albeit virtually. The vital issue of addressing corruption and illicit financial flows on the continent cannot be put on hold. And if we are to secure Africa's continental growth and continued growth and development, we need to address it on a daily basis. On behalf, therefore, of the African Union Commission, and on behalf of the co-chair of the consortium to stem illicit financial flows from Africa, I must, in all fairness, congratulate the government and people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria for their tireless efforts, particularly the leader, General Muhammadu Buhari, on the issue of corruption and illicit financial flows from Africa. As champion of the African anti-corruption agenda, President Muhammadu Buhari has led crucial efforts towards improving the financial flows, the financial ethics, not just in Nigeria, but for the continent, for the African continent as a whole. This is evident in the adoption of the Common African Position on Asset Recovery, commonly known as CAPA, which you must acknowledge has been largely due to the dedication of His Excellency the President and the tenacity of the Nigerian government, up to and during the 33rd ordinary session of our Assembly of Heads of State and Government of the African Union, held in February 2020 in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Your Excellencies, as we work to stem IFS from the continent, the CAPA will be extremely useful in helping African countries to identify, to repatriate, and to effectively manage the illicitly acquired assets in a manner that respects our sovereignty. I also wish to congratulate the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission on its 20th anniversary this year. Our particular appreciation goes to the chairman, who was instrumental to the development of CAPA, and in doing so has helped all of us build a crucial and beneficial partnership between the ICPC and the African Union Commission. It is our hope that the ICPC continues to grow and to succeed in its efforts as we continuously and continually work to strengthen our partnership. This partnership is and continues to be of great importance in advancing the CAPA and its implementation. I also wish to acknowledge the ICPC for choosing the theme, which in our view is very opposite, considering the current concerns caused by the scourge of corruption and illicit financial flows from Africa. One key finding of the high-level panel report on IFFs from Africa is that illicit financial flows, including corruption, are perpetrated using new and innovative means by people who have every intention of hiding their work. In addition to the difficulties that exist in measuring and addressing IFFs practices in traditional services, emerging forms of IFFs are being carried out in the digital economy and in intangible markets. These contribute to the problem in new and more obscure and more difficult ways. With challenges such as this in mind, the importance of developing new measures and strategies to combat corruption and IFFs cannot be overemphasized. For this reason, The African Union, through the consortium, and under the leadership of President Thabo Mbeki, will continue to work to engage the ICPC as we work to combat these issues and help regain Africa's much-needed resources for our continued development. We must periodically and continuously ask critical questions, offer viable suggestions, and ensure that the integrity of our initiatives remain intact. The African Union supports the ICPC and the government and people of Nigeria as they continue the work in improving transparency and accountability, both on the country and in the continent as a whole. To achieve this mandate, all hands must be on deck. We believe it's our duty to support the work of the ICPC to achieve its full potential and to retain Africa's resources for Africa's development. Once again, Your Excellencies, I wish to congratulate the government and people of Nigeria, particularly her indefatigable President, General Muhammadu Buhari, the ICPC, and all stakeholders at this webinar, and to wish each of us fruitful deliberations. I'd like to thank you for your kind and polite attention and to wish you successful deliberations. Thank you for your kind attention.